Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be playing a bit of Speed, because we were quite enjoying Speed, and then the new Rush stuff came out, and then we played Rush, and then we stopped playing Rush because I got sick. So we then took a break, and then we came back, and then we did a lot of yapping, and now we're going to go back to Speed, because we do have the World Championship coming up, and I do really like Worlds. I think Worlds is really exciting just like as an event. It's a really exciting thing to watch. It's really exciting to spectate. The problem I had last year was I had a very, very surface level understanding of the speed meta. So what I really want to do for this year is to have a better understanding. Now, I'm not saying I need to know all the intricacies. I don't need to know like every single deck, how every single deck works, where every single choke point is. But I want to have just a bit more knowledge than I did last time. Now, again, last year we managed, right? We understood this is best deck, this is second best deck, this is the OP combo. Like, we got the gist of it, but I want just like a little bit more than that. And I do actually quite like Speed, right? Just in general. The only issues I've really had with Speed is actually learning like the intricacies. Like, learning how to play a deck is quite simple. There's not a ton involved in like learning a deck. The actual difficult part of Speed for me has always been you have to know what everyone else's deck does, and then you have to know how far they're going to keep extending past what they've already done. Because like if you have like one form of interaction, like, or one like important form of interaction, let's say, and then you spend it early, and then your opponent just keeps going and going and going, and then you just die, well, then obviously you interrupted at the wrong time, right? So in my opinion, that's like the hard part of like learning the speed meta, is you really have to know what everyone else's decks do. In Rush, that's not as big of a deal, right? Everything's like a lot simpler. You don't really have to be worried about it so much. Or at the very least, it'll be like, I know my opponent could summon out Red Boot Enhanced, and they could do about like attacking over a monster, they could probably get like something around like 5,000 X damage, right? And then it just becomes like, well, just don't leave a low attack monster on the board, and then that number is around like 16, 17. So it's just like, don't leave a wimp on the board and you'll probably be fine. But that's like as deep as you need to go a lot of the time. As well, if your life points like very, very low, obviously you have to be able to worry. But for the most part, it's a lot simpler. In Speed, a lot of the time, it's more like my opponent has like their generic combo, but their generic combo can get stuck here. Like for a lot of Link decks and Xyz decks, for example, being able to flip down their board can be very, very detrimental. So like you have to wait until they swarm the board with as many bodies as possible, then you flip them all down, and then they can't perform an Xyz or a Link summon. But then sometimes there'll be a skill that just like clears the board anyway to make room so they can just keep extending, and it's just like, you need to know all these different things. So that's like where like the complexity in my mind comes in. But first things first, before we get wildly off track, let's see who we got in chat. We have Monosync in the chat. Hello, Monosync. We'll give the shout out to Monosync. Always give the shout out to Monosync. My man. Monosync, by the way, for anyone that was interested, did do a tournament yesterday. He did host a tournament where the rules were 40 card decks, it was no skills, and unlimited. And it was so much fun. It was actually insanely fun playing in this tournament. And it actually got me thinking, this was more fun than just playing regularly. And that shouldn't really be the case, right? Now, when you do like a meme tournament or like a, you know, off-meta tournament or whatever, the whole point is it's meant to break up the monotony of doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? That doing the same thing just again and again and again, kind of boring, right? So when we think about doing like a meme tournament, as we should call the meme tournaments easier, it's meant to be like, oh, this is something different. This is like a palate cleanser. But in this case, it was so much more fun than the actual format that I'm just like, this is what we could have had, Konami, but you've chosen not to. You've chosen to spit in the face of this, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad. We have Darth Victor in the chat. Despia, eh? Despia. So Despia is a weird deck. I like Despia in terms of I like all of the individual cards in Despia. I like the theme of Despia. I like the play style of the actual Despia side of the deck. The part where Despia gets kind of cringe is like Masquerade, or Tax Dragon, as he's otherwise known, is kind of cringe. So I get people don't like playing against that. And then the other one that I don't like, that I think a lot of other people don't really mention, is the first Dark Lord. The first Dark Lord is so, like, I don't know, it just feels really weird. It feels like you do all these, like, cool Despia things, and then you just throw a first Dark Lord at your opponent. And I'm like, that's not a Despia boss. It just feels like we're just borrowing someone else's boss and, like, throwing it at our opponents. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. We have the Dr. Alex in the chat. Hello, hello. We have Hidden Bankai. I did not mean for that to be censored. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I know a lot of people don't like Despia. It's one of those things as well, where I usually end up playing very off-meta decks. So in the past, as in, like, since coming back to the game, since Russia's come out, my decks were like Orcus Fluffle, Dinosaur. So, like, none of that was really actually ever meta. So now I'm playing, like, a deck that... Originally, this was, like, a tier 2 deck. It's now been corrected to a tier 1 deck. So, like, this is my first time since Russia's come out that I've gone to speed and played, like, the top tier deck. I don't like it. People don't like your deck as much. And obviously, because it's, like, a very, very well-known deck, you never catch anyone off guard, right? They always know exactly what you're going to do. They know the combos like the back of their hand because it's just so popular. I don't know. It's not as interesting. But then again, I think it's like Snowflake mentality. Where just sometimes being Snowflake is fun, right? And I think that's fine. The Hours cards aren't played on Duel Links version of Despia. Not yet. Give it time. When we get the branded stuff, it will be. I'm sure. Anyways, hello, Rush and Speed Bros. First, is that Hikari in the chat? Let's get an exclamation mark. Hikari in the chat. We've always got to give shout outs to everyone in the community. But welcome on in, Hikari. Speed jump scare. Yeah, I know a lot of people, because there's this weird, like, there's not a lot of overlap, right, is what I find. Generally, people either come and they just want to watch Speed, or they want to watch Rush. And they don't like it when you play the other one. Whereas I've always kind of been like, I like both. I quite like streaming both. So, I don't know. I can't please everyone, so I'm just going to please me. That's kind of the strat. Hey, hello, Corey. Welcome. And is that Cyclone Valley I see as well? Hello. Why play Speed when you can play Rush, Dark Galaxy, and High Roll? So, I like Rush, obviously, right? I really like Rush. Rush is really, really cool. Ladder Rush isn't super engaging. For the most part, you will play against the same 1 or 2 decks again and again and again. There's not, like, a lot you can do to spice it up. Like, we've seen some people just, like, purposely play bad decks, or, like, we've seen Hikari, like, spin the wheel to, like, just find something to play. There's stuff you can do to try and force it to be fun. But I think the thing is, when you get to the point of, usually, like, you know, we COG every month, we play in a lot of tournaments, we spectate a lot of tournaments, we play in a lot of wars, there's already a lot of Rush going on. And I think trying to, like, force more Rush in is, like, the best way to, like, burn out. So I just try to not do that. I'm quite happy to take a break from Rush, like, specifically from playing, like, Duel Links Ladder, because I'm still, it's not like when I'm quote-unquote taking a break from, like, streaming it, I'm still interacting with Rush every single day. I'm still playing Rush pretty much every day, right? So it's like, it's not really taking a break, right? Tamai also melting in the heat wave. Yes, it is very warm. It's very, very warm here right now. I have the fan on. We got it on 2. We got some water. We got everything going on to try and keep the temperature down. About 10 minutes too late. That's my favorite tomato. Also, we got KC Cup coming up next month. Yes, I do like the KC Cups. I will probably once again not take KC Cup too seriously, but we never do. We don't even take the GRF seriously, really. So we'll just play it for fun. And I think if you play them for fun, they're a ton of fun. I think they only start to get, like, really annoying if you're, like, really pushing to try hard and, like, try and get, like, top 100 or something. Then it feels, ugh. I miss PNG, mate. He'll be back. Don't worry, he'll be back. Finally caught a stream. Hello, Tomato. Hello, United. Welcome on in. I kind of want to play speed, but the staples grind would be hella painful. Some decks don't need to play staples. It kind of depends what you're doing, and you can also get away without using the staples until, like, you know, you're wanting to, like, top 4 a tournament, right? You can play in a tournament meta and get all the way to, like, a top 8 finish without staples. Like, that is fine. It just, again, if you want to beat, like, the other very, very optimized decks with very, very strong pilots, yeah, the staples are going to be a requirement eventually. The thing about alternate formats is that they also aren't very solved, which makes them a lot more fun. Yes, although I would say that people tend to jump to conclusions very quickly. So, for example, I think if Mono does another one of these next week, for example, I think we would immediately see a massive uptick in the number of Batarian players. I think we would see like 15 to 20 Batarian, like, in that event. We have Shade Anarchy. Hello, I'm new here in your Discord. Hello, Shade. Welcome, welcome. Tax Dragon goes burr. Exactly. I got Tindangle player to rage quit today. Doing the Lord's work. I am still very much an anti-Tindangle player. I really do not like Tindangle, personally. But, yeah, I'm not going to criticize anyone else if they play it. I just don't want to play against it. They paid 400 life, and I first dark walled their field. It felt so bad. Rip. Always rip. I love Despia and Chimera. I want to make a speed account, to be honest. Chimera and Despia as well are... I have heard multiple people say they are like the most toxic decks in the game. And although I don't wholeheartedly agree with that statement, I do think there is a lot of truth to that, and I think there is going to be a lot of criticism towards those decks. And I think you're going to get people saying, like, oh, I hate playing against those decks. I hate people that play those decks. So, like, you know, play them at your own risk, I will say. They had a trap in the graveyard but couldn't use it. Boy, should I play speed? I mean, alright, my opinion is always this. If you're going to play both formats, make a second account. It kind of sucks to keep up the 2 accounts, but if you want to play both formats to any kind of meaningful degree, you really need to have different accounts. And you have to do the events on both. You don't have to, like, complete the events on both, but, like, you have to do it a decent amount. So, like, the account that I'm playing right now, if we go to Duel Links... Oh, well, that's not what we meant to show, but that's fine. We can see this account at the moment has 2.5k gems. I've been grinding on my other account because we're on the 1.5 times the XP, and obviously we have a character event, which means we get a bonus free duels every now and then. And I've got about 9k gems on the other account. So, like, this account is just passively absorbing gems, effectively. We're not, like, grinding on this account. But we've already got back up to 2.5, and that's after we went down to 0 with the Despia box. So this is slowly getting there. The other one is the one we're actually grinding on. I prefer Rush because watching Despia hurts my brain. I mean, in what way? Like, do you think it's complicated, or you think it's like brain rot? Because they both could mean either. I'm here for the yap. Hello, Mono. Welcome on in again. Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're gonna yap a bit. I do also want to... There's a couple of things I want to, like, touch on, a couple of things I want to talk about, but we are going to be playing a lot of speed today. The plan is we're going to get at least, like, 2 hours of speed in, is the ideal. We're happy to hear it. Let's make a rush room, but we can only play Zuijo. I mean, that is... that is a very Hikari thing to say, I'll give you that. I think the KC Cup will be good, because it doesn't seem to be anything bad to fight. Depending on who you ask, though, a lot of people think that this speed meta is awful, so... I don't know, it's a weird one. Like, a lot of people don't like Chimera, a lot of people don't like Branded, or Despia, I suppose, even though the skill is called Theatre of Branded. A lot of people don't like Shadow, because it's just, again, it's just Wind and Turbo a lot of the time. A lot of people don't like Ancient Gear, because it just OTKs them too much. A lot of people don't like Utopia, because it's glue, it's really easy to play, and it sets up a shit ton of interactions. There's just so much people don't like about the current meta. And you very rarely hear people say anything positive about it. I don't play staples nearly ever. I mean, yeah, exactly. You don't need to. Again, if you're like trying to like consistently win tournaments, yeah. If you're trying to like cog, you definitely don't need it. You definitely don't need it. Hello to all the Despia I played. I've never played it. I see. All the decks I played, I've never played it. I see. Despia Dino de Fleur, best deck. Hello, Alpha. We should give Alpha a shout out, actually, before I forget. So shout out. Duel Links Alpha. Oh, of course I spell it wrong. How do I spell it wrong? There we go, we got it at the end. We got it in the end. But welcome on in, Alpha. I mean, I will always love Dino. I've never been, like, the biggest Defleur fan. Like, I don't hate it. I know a lot of people were, like, on the very much the anti-Defleur train for a while, but it just kind of fell away, right? But it is what it is. A good thing I have fallen out of love with Rush in a way, sadly. I mean, I can't blame you. I think now is a good time to play Rush. So, I was talking about this a little bit when I was on Hal's podcast, but Rush had sort of become an OTK game, right? At least in Duel Links, right? It had become, if your deck isn't just killing your opponent in one turn, why are you bothering to play it? Because we had what? We had Light Galaxy, we had Red Boot, we had Elemental Hero, we had Baseball. Probably something else I'm forgetting. There are a lot of decks that could just, like, kill your opponent in a single turn. And then it was, like, kind of Spellcasters was kind of the odd one out. And so the game felt very... We just kind of buy time until we've got the OTK and then we just win, right? But the difference with that was, in order to stop the OTK, it was basically have Legend Trap or die. And that's not, like, super engaging. So with the latest deck build box and having Shiny Shady put in, I think it has done a lot to rectify that. And I think because of that, it has been a net positive for the game. There are a lot of people, I think, that don't like Shiny Shady. And they're like, oh, I don't like that I can't just, like, kill my opponent instantly. I think Shiny Shady does somewhat reward better players. There are times to use Shiny Shady at the correct time. There are times to use it at the wrong time. Anytime there's a decision to be made and an extra decision point injected into the game, that is always a net positive because that means there's additional interaction. That means it will reward skillful play. These are all things that I personally really, really like. So, in my opinion, now is a good time to play Rush overall. But, again, I can understand not liking it, right? I just want to bully Yugi Boomers. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. What is T's challenge run? I guess I can cover that quickly now. So I'm the kind of person, I really like challenges, right? Like, I like, I mean, the obvious one that people are going to know about is going to be something like a Nuzlocke, right? If anyone's played, like, a Pokemon game, you know, you Nuzlocke them. For anyone that doesn't know, the gist is that you go in every single route. You're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you encounter. And if any of your Pokemon die, they are gone forever. You have to, like, delete them or put them in the box and you can never get them out again. So it's like a hardcore run. But I would always take it, like, a step further. So there's something called a hardcore Nuzlocke, which, again, most of you have probably heard of, but in case you haven't. That is basically those same rules, except you're not allowed to outlevel the gyms. And you can't take in more Pokemon than the gym leader has. So it basically just puts, like, restrictions on it. And I really like doing this sort of thing because a lot of the time, there are some really, really fun games. I think Pokemon is a good example of this, where the game is really, really fun. It's really engaging to play, but it's unbelievably easy, right? Pokemon games in general are very, very, very easy. But by putting these challenges on, you now get to still enjoy the game whilst also getting a bit of a challenge out of it. So I'm the kind of person, if I could just walk through a game, I get a bit disinterested. It's like, I like the challenge part of it. So what I was thinking of, I would really like to do, like, some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge. Now, obviously you could do something like, something on Duel Links, right? You could do something along the lines of, was it Simo who does the Masochist? And that could be fun. But, I don't know. I think a lot of the time, you're just going to run into people who are just playing spellcasters, like, the whole way up. It's going to be, like, kind of a massive grind. I'm not opposed to doing that. But what I'm more interested in is doing, like, a single-player Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that is just difficult, and then putting some sort of challenge on it. So, an obvious one would be I could do, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Battle Royale, the Switch game. But then apply some sort of challenge to it. So, you know, we don't just immediately go ahead and grab, like, 3 SRM, 3 Dragius, 3 Dark Revelation, and just win the game easy peasy on the spot, right? That sort of thing, right? But yeah, that's kind of what I've got in mind. But I don't really know of a good challenge to do. I did do, so if anyone's played the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color, I've done that before, and I had the restriction of I could only do every single player once, so you couldn't grind effectively. And also, my deck had to be entirely singleton, so only one single copy of every single card in the deck, except for energy, right? Energy, you need energy to play the game. And I had a lot of fun doing that as well. Let's try and catch up with chat, though, because I've been yapping for quite a long time. Talk about why the first Dark Lord looks like Alucard. We cannot talk about that. The first Dark Lord just looks like that. Also, I think I had the high-res images. I think they've, like, uninstalled themselves, because that does not look like a high-res image. So I think we're going to have to reinstall that at some point. In fact, well, since we're just doing a yap right now, let me go and see if I can do that now, right? Is it on the start screen? Right, let's do this. Let's boot this up and see what's going on. I just want to bully Yugi Boons. It's Ouija only tournament. Let's do it. Is it fair to say Speed is slowly becoming Mini Master Duel? I think Speed has been Mini Master Duel for a while. I think, depending on who you ask, there'll be different layers of this. Oh, I've also just absolutely just clicked into that. Just muscle memory. For me, I think Speed really started becoming Mini Master Duel at, I think it was Agents, is when it really started to feel like it. Settings. No, it's none of that. Data re-download, data transfer. Oh, it's not in here. Okay, we'll jump into the thing and see if we can find it. We'll see if we can find it. Want to be friends in Duel Links? My friends list is absolutely packed at the moment. So the only time I ever bother to add people as friends is if they want a replay watched. How do we get the... Download settings? Card images, low res. There we go. Download high res images. Hey, there we go. Now, let's hope that our internet doesn't just die while this is happening. Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. I kind of love breaking boards and interactions. I think it's fun, but I think it's very different from standard Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I think they're just two, like, different aspects of a... I think they're just different games, fundamentally, at this point. Something too satisfying about it. Rush Duel Links is an awful advertisement of what the actual game is like. I think it is okay. It's just, it could be better. That's how I kind of look at it. Matarian aren't there anymore. You forgot about Zuijo. Also, what podcast? Oh, so... Okay, well, I didn't actually post last time because I was very, very late to it. But How occasionally does a podcast, which he just streams it. I don't think he like uploads it or anything. But we just yap. We just get some duelists together, some different streamers, and we just chat about the current meta of both Speed and Rush. I did post one of them, like a link to it, in announcements a while ago. I'll try and make sure to do it in future. Hey, that's my name. Unlimit DHD. Do we really want to unlimit Darkhold device? Probably not. I think now that we have Shady, there is more of a reason to unhit it. I don't know if we should unhit it. I don't like Shiny Shady because it cooks beatdown. Everything cooks beatdown, Serena. What do you... what do you mean? Shiny Shady was so perfect time since it was such a hard time with ATKs. Yes, I think it came at the exact correct time for it to come out. I think it makes sense. It's just, it's a weird dynamic to throw in because now, why would you not play Shiny Shady? And whenever you build a new deck, do you just start by adding Shiny Shady, right? Challenge me in Rush. I mean, we're not doing that right now, I'll tell you that right now. I gotta go. To be fair, Tomato Pokemon games are made for 7-year-olds. Of course, they're gonna be easy. Yeah, but, like, the card game Yu-Gi-Oh! Is made for 7-year-olds. Like, what do you mean? Like, like, the whole point is, as, you know, games can still be very fun and very engaging, but still have a high skill ceiling. But sometimes, in order to bring that out or bring challenge in, you can just put your own challenges on them, and I think that's completely fine, right? I think that's absolutely fine. I think setting your own goals and setting your own challenges is, like, it's really healthy and it's really engaging, personally. But again, it's not gonna be for everyone. Oh no, Mr. Tomato became Sephiroth. What? What are we talking about? Sakadetsu. What is the reference? Duel Links, but when you lose PvP, you are forced to ban one card in your deck randomly. So that's kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Nuzlocke that some people have done already. The problem with that sort of system is it incentivizes just playing an already finished deck and then slowly making your deck weaker over time. Whereas ideally in a challenge, you want to start with a weaker deck and then slowly get stronger, right? It's kind of backwards. Thank you for following Jeff Cyber. Welcome, welcome. We have Yuichi as well, first time chatter. Welcome, welcome on in. I recognize the name. Big Speedle tournament player. Some cards just don't register with high res like Neos. Well, that is a shame. That is very much a shame. Stream crash, GG. I mean, I hope it hasn't crashed it. Sephiroth is Dark-Winged Angel, just like Dark Bloods. Ah, right. Look at how much nicer that image looks now. Look at that. It's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's the reference. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Cog Climb using Rush Dinos and 3 copies of Little D. I think the thing is, doing challenges in PvP is like, it's fine, but like you understand that you're going to be doing, like, you're just like, it's like Simo calls his the masochist, right? Because you know everyone else is just going to be playing meta, and so you're just going to be like having a really painful experience the whole way up, which, like, again, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is going to be very grindy, right? Whereas when you do a single player PvE thing, you kind of get it as like a medal or like an achievement that you get to just like have, which is like something I do quite like. It's going to be a miserable experience. Exactly. I think that's the thing. I don't mind necessarily having like a grueling, grindy experience, but like you've got to understand what you're getting in for, right? So, but like I say, I've always been a big fan of things like Nuzlocks. Like I've done several Nuzlocks. Let me see if I have them still. Let me have a look quick. Should it take a few seconds? Yeah, okay, so there we go. If I do this... So I have two Nuzlocks or results saved, because I remember I was sending this to my friends. But this was Pokemon Platinum. If we can get this up. This was my Pokemon Platinum results. So this was just like... Oh no, this wasn't Platinum. This was Fire Red. This was a Fire Red randomizer. That's what this was. This was a Fire Red randomizer. Because we got the Deoxys, which we got just like random. And we lost our... God, was this Swellow? I'm not necessarily very good with Pokemon names. But we got like this. And this was our like team that beat the Elite Four. And then we had our Vanilla Platinum, so like not a randomizer or anything. And this was our run on that. 72 hours. I want to say as well, we were also using speed up. So that 72 is a bit... You know, take that with a pinch of salt. Melvin! Also, if you have multiple accounts, the high res is individual for each account and device. Yeah, we had the high res on speed because we got it specifically because our dinosaur deck looked like ass. So then we got it to make like UCT look better. Pokemon stream, and we're just talking about Pokemon at the moment. So which Yugi Nuzlocke are you thinking about? Well, I mean, I like Rush, right? And we're kind of a Rush channel. So I'm thinking about doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel Battle Royale. You know, Dawn of the Battle Royale kind of challenge. The issue is I just don't know what to do. Right? And again, we're not doing this today. This is like spitballing for later, right? But like I could do like Singleton, where we only allowed one of each card in the deck, but that still might be too easy. I could do like we have to use like bad cards or ban all the good cards. But like I think the fun of doing one of these challenges is that your deck grows over time. So I'd want some sort of challenge that allows the deck to evolve as we play through, but never get to like OP status, right? But that's the kind of gist that we're looking at. But this game as well, specifically, this doesn't have like a very wide card pool, so it'd be very limited in what you can actually do anyway. And then maybe after we do that, we could do the other one, Dawn of the Battle Royale, Go Rush. How do you get cards in that game? So you have packs, but I think the primary way is you beat people. Like, I've beaten this game once, but it was a very long time ago. So you have all these codes, so you can just get this stuff for free. So if for whatever reason you want to have, like, specific cards, you can just get some of the stuff for free. I think the majority, though, you just beat someone, and then, like, you'll get, like, 5 cards or something. Rush Rivals 2. No, not quite, not quite. How do you even play Dawn of the Battle Royale? What do you mean by that? It's a Switch game. So you play it on Switch. And then it's Rush Duel. That's kind of it. And Shade, you gotta be careful of what you say, Shade, because I am not gonna be shy of banning you if you say stuff that might rub people the wrong way. I'm just gonna say that now. This is your warning. But yeah, that's the gist. The question is supposed to be switch from where you can only play a Japanese game. So this game is English. This game is in English. I have a Switch, so I could just play it. The sequel is Japanese. So if I want to play the sequel, I'd have to play that only in Japanese. And then, you know, I could potentially find some sort of, you know, maybe there's like some sort of translated ROM out there and we could get our hands on that, maybe, you know, that's the kind of thing. Defeat everyone once and only use 3 of the 5. I mean, potentially. So the way that this game works naturally is it works on a like loner deck system where the whole gist is you get given like a certain character's deck and it'll be like a crap version of their deck, and then as you beat people and as you like progress the story, they give you more and more like loner decks to use. But there is a code you can type in if you go to a certain place in the game which lets you freely build your own decks, but otherwise you actually have to finish the game first before you can actually edit your deck, which is like so weird. Like, it's such a weird system, but like it kind of makes sense. But it means that, like, everyone's first playthrough of the game, unless you, like, use this code, is just exactly the same. Everyone's got the same deck. It's kind of... eh. But yeah, that's the gist. That's the gist of, like, the challenge part of this, anyway. Again, I still don't really know. I just really like doing this sort of challenge stuff. It's because, like, recently, as I've been grinding, and as I've been, like, working... I have been watching videos, and specifically there's a series on YouTube called I Spent 100 Days in Digimon World. And so I've been watching a series of that on YouTube, just like I've had it on like passively in the background. And I have always been like a massive Digimon World fan. I played Digimon World 1 back on the PlayStation 1. We played Digimon World 2003. And then I never played the remakes because there's like 2 different like pseudo sequels. But like watching those videos has been like very nostalgic, and obviously he's doing like challenge runs effectively. So like I've been like, bam, I want to do that. Except Yu-Gi-Oh! Where would you rank Dawn of the Battle Royale in the list of Yu-Gi-Oh! Games you've played? Switch games. I mean, there aren't that many Yu-Gi-Oh! Switch games, right? It's literally... Christ, what is it called? Link Evolution and Dawn of the Battle Royale are like the only 2 Switch games. So, I mean, they're both good games for different reasons. What about Digimon Story? Also, Hardcore Nuzlocke Capsule Monster. Asking for a friend. I mean, Capsule Monsters is a really cool game. I really enjoy Capsule Monsters, but it is extraordinarily grindy. It is extraordinarily, like, really... Is that CZ? Oh, not that one. Subscribing with Prime. Thank you, CZ. Do appreciate you, my friend.
307 just subscribed with Prime.
Always do. Love you, CZ. Is there a lot or a few cards in Dawn of the Battle Royale? Dawn of the Battle Royale goes up to... I want to say it goes up to Osaka. So, like, it stops at worms. As in, like, I don't even think you... I don't know if you can play as worms in it. I think you could in the DLC, but the DLC was Japan exclusive. So, like, there's not a lot in there. There's realistically not a lot. Like, I mean, you can see where this goes up to, right? We got maximums. We got Ace Breaker. We do have Wormbill Dragon. I think the worms is as far as it goes. Prima Katana. Yeah, because if you look here, right, all these DLCs, we don't get any of this. Yeah, released for the Japanese game. So, like, this gives us Dynamic Eternal Live. So, like, we don't have Buster Blader in the English version. We don't have Vast Vulcan. We don't have the Royal Rebel update with Doom Metal. We don't have the flowers. There's no fusion? No, there is no fusion in the original version. There is in the sequel, because the sequel's Go Rush. Hey, Shari. Welcome, welcome. Is the sequel, like, here? Like... Does it actually just not mention the sequel? Like, anywhere here? There's the promo cards. Dawn of the Battle Royale. Does it actually just not mention it? Here we go. Let's go Rush. Yeah, so this is the sequel. Which obviously has Go Rush characters. And this goes up to... Over Rush Pack. So this goes up to Blue Eyes White Dragon. These are all reprints. Let's get out of that. Doomblaze Fiends. It gets up to the Cyber Dragons. Executees. Why do I read a Rush Rivals 2 in chat? It was bait. Yeah. It was always bait. It's always just hunter baiting. But yeah, I think it could be fun. I think it could be fun to do some sort of challenge with this. But I guess before we jump into playing, before we just jump into speed, I did want to quickly just touch on the new Monarch stuff that's come out in OCG. So we're getting the Monarch structure. We knew about this for a while, but we finally got like an image of the box. We get to see Caius and good old Overrush Caius, which looks amazing. We get to see Caius's effect now, which is choose a card on the field, place it on the bottom of the owner's deck. We basically expected this, and it is still retaining the, if it's a dark, you burn your opponent for 1,000, but it does have an extra line saying you can't use multiple Caius in a single turn. And then we have Lindorm the Mega Monarch. So you contribute this card in attack position by tributing one face at level 5 or higher monster with 1,000 defense. During the turn, this card was tribute summoned in attack position, and there are no cards in your extra deck. Your opponent chooses 2 cards on their field, choose one and shuffle it into the deck. So your opponent gets a little bit of control over it, but that's kind of the Monarch shtick, as your opponent usually gets to pick. I already posted a counter on it. I mean, yeah, but like, I don't... It's one of those things where I don't know if it matters. Like, first off, I don't think Monarchs are going to be, like, super strong. Like, I mean, with what we've seen here, there is not enough to make Monarchs really strong in the current format. So I don't see why you would play a trap card to counter a deck that isn't very good. Now, obviously, we still could see a lot more interesting stuff, and they could just get, like, a lot of very, very powerful stuff, but, like, right now, it kind of doesn't really matter. And then we have Invasion of the Monarchs, which is choose one monster in your graveyard with 2,000 or 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense and add it to the hand. Which is nice, because this means you get to get one of them and then tribute it out and then get its effect off, but it's a little bit worse because you have to still give up the tribute fodder, which means it's not as good, like, advantage-wise. Hype for Monarch support, but what really gets me excited is the next product's Overrush Pack 3. Yeah, I mean, Overrush Pack 3 looks like it's going to be potentially quite good. It's one of those things, I've never been, like, a massive Monarch fan. Like, I played Monarchs, like, way back in the day, like, when Monarchs first came out. When it was, like, Monarch was just, like... It wasn't really a deck, it was more like an engine. It was just, like, Soul Exchange, and then, like, the actual Monarchs themselves, that's kind of it. I never played Monarchs when the Mega Monarchs came out. I wasn't playing TCG when that happened. So, like, I've never had, like, a great deal of attachment to these cards. Like, I've always, like, you know, Zaborg, Caius, and, like, Mobius. And that's kind of it. Like, Riser, I guess, as well. Riser's, like, obviously really, really good. This is a bit funny. We're going to see Mega Monarch 1, 2, 3 in Overrush pack. Mega Monarch 1, 2, 3. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? Interestingly as well, being a worm is interesting. Hey, Ursus, welcome, welcome. It's the joke about Harpy Ladies 1, 2, 3. Ah, I see, I see. I mean, could you imagine? They genuinely could, though. They could just, like, slap something really overpowered in the box. To me, Monarchs are just domain Monarchs, and therefore I dislike them. I think that's fair. I think that's absolutely fair. They're both structure deck and got new cards in the next set. I enjoyed Rush Rivals. It was fun to participate. I mean, that's good. Did you make predictions for the next Duel Links Rush box, except Wind Warriors / Beasts? No, not really. We came to the conclusion that it's really difficult to predict. Oh, oops. To predict anything in the next box, and the reason being that there's like so many different options available. So we know we're getting Music Princesses, like that's coming, right? If we change this over as well, I think it'll look a little bit better. But like we need Sushi Fairies to come out, we need Fire Beast, Reptiles we expect to come out, but it won't be out until Yuga Goha comes out, and since we're just getting another Sevens character, after having 2 Sevens characters, we're then expecting a Go Rush character to be after that, so God knows when we're going to get the Reptiles, and even then we need to get the modern Reptile support eventually as well, which is like Terz's stuff, so God knows anything in that. We still don't have Arc Talk, we still don't have the zombies. We're still missing Plant Fusions, Dinosaur Fusion, Noodle Fusion, Newsflash Fusion, Ridercross Fusion, Talismanic Fusion, and Chemical Cure. All of this stuff should already be out by now. Like, everything we've just listed there, that should all be out by now if we were going by either anime appearance, except, like, Reptiles, I guess. Anime appearance or card game, like, OCG release schedule. So, like, this stuff is all... We've kind of skipped over this stuff. We're just waiting for it at this point. I bet on Konami siding in a couple of Jointed cards. It's Tiger. Pyro support in the next box, please. Well, that's the thing. The box that we're kind of at in Sevens is the box that has the noodles. It is the box that has Newsflash. It's the box that has Ridercross. So all 3 of these, theoretically, should be coming out very, very soon. But they don't have to, right? They could just release it however they want. And then, you know, we go on to the other side. We still haven't got the Reptiles. We haven't got the new D and Keto stuff from Go Rush and God, what was the name? I've already forgotten. What's Go Rush Mimi called? I can't believe I'm forgetting everyone's names, but I suppose that's just part of getting old. Go Rush Mimi's deck. We haven't got Heartless Hounds yet, but like I don't know. It seems like Konami just hate Beast Warriors, so we might never get them. Mania, thank you. Dark Fairies, we're kind of at Dark Fairies now. Drilling, well, I say that. We're way past Dark Fairies, kind of. It depends how you think about it, right? Because, like, story-wise, like, anime-wise, we've already gone past Dark Fairies, and release-wise, we're kind of past it. But we kind of skipped ahead quite a lot to get to the Go Rush Fusions. So it's already... We skipped over all of this stuff, like Drilling Machines, which is like Track Tiger. We got the Jersey stuff and Blackluster Soul Jersey. The normal plant stuff with LeBlanc. We haven't got any of that. Wind Psychics. We skipped over this, which was a massive skip. Like such a massive, massive skip to go over this. Because it also means we skipped over Rovian. Meta Gear Star, Zero Guy Gears, the Prima Fusions, Umbra Lancer, Hunter of Titans, Sports Dragon, the Royal Rebel stuff from 7. Like, we're missing so much stuff. All of this stuff we skipped over. And, like, theoretically, because we've already jumped ahead to Galactica Oblivion, Eternal Galactica Oblivion, it means that we've also missed over, like, the cats. In fact, both versions of cats, right? But like, we missed like, these cats, which we weren't expecting. That's why we got it in red. We skipped over... God, what's it called? Neanderstar cats. We've skipped over the Lug and his normal dragons and the Dragius. I mean, is there anything else that's, like, big that we skipped? That's kind of it. But, like, after these... So, because we skipped past them, right? We've effectively gone on to the arc after the Lug arc, which is the arc where it ends with Zuijo versus Udius, and they're in the giant spaceships having their big duel. And then they, like, summon out their fusion monsters, give them, like, 3 equips each, and they, like, have the big smash. And then there's also, like, that guy versus, like, Dormammu duel going on at the same time. And straight after that, which is, like, theoretically that's where we are now, because we jumped ahead to there. Straight after that is the time skip, which means it will be, like, Abyss Kite, it'll be, was it Abyss Slayer? So, like, it'll be all of the Tremolo stuff, it'll be all of the Phaser stuff. That's also where we get the Seven's Wonder Fusion stuff from that guy. It's when you get, like, Power Bond and the upgraded Jointech stuff. So, like, Jointech Hero. And you also get the Jointech Fusions. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, we're kind of at. But, like, we don't know if Konami's going to, like, plow ahead with where we are now. Or if they're going to go back and give us all the stuff they skipped. So, like, trying to predict what's going to be in the next box is so, so difficult. It's actually so hard. All we know is the Beast Gear field spell can't come. It's too strong. Exactly. Now, I'm telling you, the next world release is going to be Beast Gear World. Like, we had Seven's World, Go Rush World. Now we're going to have Beast Gear World. I'm calling it. That's my theory. Have we learned Despia? We haven't started yet, Cyclo. God, you're so impatient. Saw the Phantasm Spiral Dragon. 10 ye to rush when? I mean, Phantasm Spiral Dragon, it's like, it's cool. It doesn't really do anything is the issue. It's level 8, which makes it kind of annoying. Because you can't bring it back with Secret Order, which just, like, immediately hurts it. And then the only thing you could really do with it is bring it back with, like, Bill Dragon. And that, on its own, still just doesn't do enough. Cats will wait their character for sure. I mean, that's what I expect. I expect Neanderstar to be a character. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Tomato, would you say Despia is skill-intensive to play? Do you mean, like, it's difficult to play? So my opinion on Despia is it is so easy to just pick up the deck and play it. And get wins. If you're playing, like, gold, if you're playing a platinum, I think you will easily be able to plow through. I think maybe if you hit diamond or legend, like, you kind of have to learn how to play the deck a bit. But for the most part, it's very, like, one-dimensional until you're, like, getting very in-depth with it and you're now playing against other very high-level meta decks and you're now like, well, I need to interact with that and then you're going to do that, so I'm going to negate that and we're going to do this. Like, for the most part, you can kind of get away with just, like, Tax Dragon turn 1 pass and then on your, like, future turns, you, like, activate Brandon and Red and just blow up your opponent's board with the first Dark Lord, which is, like, so easy to do. The stuff we know so far about Overrush Pack 3 is that it contains ritual monsters such as the extremely popular Blackluster Soldier, which I'm very excited for the official card game, but it also looks... includes original brand new cards, turn cards into themes, meaning you could build a multitude of decks. I mean, it'd be exciting. Definitely be exciting. Maximums, chemicalized maximum. I mean, so I will say that going by anime release schedule and going by the OCG schedule, Vocalized Phoenix wouldn't come out for a little while. That's still like a set or two behind. So like Michan, Maximum appears. I mean, that's not happening realistically. Is Seven's Wonder Fusion broken? Hello, Cardfighter. I mean, Seven's Wonder Fusion is literally Miracle Fusion, right? So if you think Miracle Fusion is broken, then you think Seven's Wonder Fusion is broken, right? The difference is the cards that you can summon, right? So Seven's Wonder Fusion is only going to be actually broken if we get Seven's Gears. If we don't get Seven's Gears, Seven's Wonder Fusion is like a really, really good card, but it's not just like play one card, win game, right? The other Fusion 2. We should be getting some of the talismanic fusions this box if we assume the upcoming updates Brazil/SP era was relevant. Since they mentioned Minanagi, the talismanic warrior, instead of Papillon. Oh, so I didn't even know that was a thing, Brad. I did not know. Also, hello, Brad. Welcome on in. I didn't know that that was a thing. I have not kept up to date with that. I guess it's not really leaks. It's updates from Brazil/SP. But that is very interesting to know, though. Because Minanagi is a very strong card. Like, if we just go and look up Minanagi real quick. Like, this is a card that actually did see a little bit of play, just not even in Talismanic Warriors. Where is it? Minanagi. Where is Minanagi? Right. I don't know if his name is different on here. This guy. A Miginagi. I always thought it was Mini-Nagi. Right, Miginagi. This card, in general, is actually not bad. It's not a bad card. I'm trying to remember exactly what I played this in, but this card did see a bit of play. So if you have another face-up monster with 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense on your field, place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, add a level 8 monster with 2,500 attack from your graveyard to your hand. What did I play this in? Right, I'm gonna quickly open this up. Don't worry about it. Also, we should probably change the deck so that Alex isn't looking at that. There you go, that's better. Alright, monsters. 1,000, 1,000. Cannot remember what I played this in. I'll know pretty quick. I played it with Side Fennec. Oh, I played it in Beast Warriors. That's what I played it in. Yes. And obviously, Barrier Statue was a thing as well. I'm pretty sure it was just Beast Warriors I played this in. I don't even know I could find the list. I've got so many decks in here. Worms, Berry, Hero, Sevens, Rock, Love, Dice, Beasts, Join Tech, Sky Saviors, Beast Gear? Maybe it's in here. Well, we have the Side Fennec. Oh, Backward Barrier Statue wasn't banned. It's so hard trying to do this from memory as well. There we go. There's the boy. There's Miggy Naggy. We found him. We found him. Otis Multiverse. I mean, Miracle Fusion is now in the game. I'd say it's more acceptable now. I think the question is going to be more about how many copies of Seven's Wonder Fusion do we get? And what fusions are they going to give us? Because it's a big, big difference. For example, if we had 3 copies of Miracle Fusion, Hero would go so much harder than it currently is. But on top of the fact, if they also gave us the other Hero Fusion... God, I'm trying to remember what his name is now. What is his name? We'll find it. This one. Heliosphere, that's right, Heliosphere. If they gave us Heliosphere, again, like, Miracle Fusion would be so much stronger. So, like, it depends on what we get. Their diamond is Duel Links. I don't know what you mean by that, Cyclone. Otis is Meek-chan, true. We also do not have the Fire Beasts yet. Meat-based art time. Yeah, we have that in here. Just, like, highlighted there. Give us Elemental Hero Tempest in Rush. No. It'd be interesting to see what we get, though. This is what I mean, though. It's so hard. It is genuinely so difficult to predict what we're going to get. Because we could theoretically get any of this and any of this. Right? And then they could also just do something random and give us something more modern. So it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, we're basically shooting in the dark, I feel. Because it was quite easy before to predict what we were going to get. But then, as soon as they released the, which one was it? As soon as they released Eternal Galaxy Road, it threw everything into disarray. We'll get Execute. I mean, we could do. That's the thing. We could. I don't think we'll get full power Execute exactly as it was, because it's really, really good, but we definitely could. Not mentioned the anime archetypes yet. What do you mean by anime archetypes? Do you mean anime only archetypes, or do you mean like characters in the anime played them? Because like we've talked about a lot of those. Oh, non-anime archetypes. Right. Yes. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, XQE is... So for me, the non-anime archetypes I actually want to see are Legend and Sky Saviors. The issue is, Sky Saviors is kind of a Floodgate deck. So I think a lot of people wouldn't want to see them. But they're a really cool Floodgate deck. So I think we should let them in anyway. They leaked Delirium, surely that's next. The thing is, they leaked the Delirium card that came out way, way, way before all the rest of the Deliriums. What do you think about getting our first Delirium? Again, it's a card that like came out and did like a little bit on its own, but it wasn't like a big part of the Delirium deck. Like the whole rest of the Delirium archetype came out so much later that like I don't know if it means anything. Is there an archetype that can never come to Duel Links Rush? Anything that I think could never come. I don't know, to be honest. I think everything's fine. Okay, it comes down to like when it comes out, right? Like if you were to say, could we release right now full powered Harpy Lady? No. That's not going to happen. Could you release nerfed Harpy Lady? Yeah, you could do that. That'd be fine. It would still be really strong, probably, depending on how nerfed it is. But you could do it. So, like, it's less about an archetype that just couldn't come, and more, you just have to make sure that you are very careful with how you release cards and what comes and when. Because, like, now we have Shady. A lot of the decks that like just come in and kill your opponent in a single turn. I mean, we already had a lot of them, right? We have Red Boot just comes in, could just kill your opponent like very, very quickly, like just OTK effectively. Light Galaxy has always been a big OTK deck. Cyber Dragon has always been an OTK deck in OCG, but hasn't really had that kind of notoriety in Duel Links. So keep Barrier Statue out, but that's not an archetype. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, both of the big floodgates, meaning Vanity's Fiend and Barrier Statue, should not come to Duel Links. I think if people sit there and they say floodgates are a necessary evil, that tells me you have made the game wrong, in that you feel you need to put in some bullshit card that stops you from playing the game to fix the problem that you yourself created. So either just ban all the shit that you need floodgates to deal with, or don't release them in the first place. Right? I don't know. It feels like so simple. It feels so simple. Hello, Dwan. Welcome, welcome. For non-anime decks, I want to see Blaze Fiend, Legend, Ancient Gear, maybe non-full power Berry Fresh. Yeah, Berry Fresh is a weird one. Berry Fresh is... It's another one of those decks that when it is powerful, it is like the only deck in the format. And I don't really like that sort of thing. It's the same reason I never really liked... Like, the big decks that I've never had like a lot of attachment to because they warp the format and they're basically like tier 0 effectively, is Berry Fresh, Executee, and Seven's Wonder Fusion, and... Or Seven's Wonder Fusion Turbo with 7's Gears, I should specifically say. And, Harpies. But it's because every time these decks come out and they're like really, really strong, they're the only deck in the format. And I think that sucks. I think that just absolutely sucks. With how Konami's treating everything related to Yami Rula and traps, I doubt it. Well, they have just given us one of the best traps in the game at 3 copies, which a lot of people said was never going to happen. Like, even when I made my video talking about trap cards, I specifically said, like, yeah, Shiny Shady could come out, and it is generic, and it would come out and be really, really good, but it's going to be around pretty much forever, unless they specifically restrict it or ban it, right? So, but I think now we're in that timeline, where now, unless it gets put to 2 or 1 or maybe even 3 on the restriction list, it's just here forever. Which, like, isn't inherently a bad thing, but, like, usually you get excited when new cards come out. So, like, the only time you would take Shiny Shady out of your deck is going to be if you just desperately need all the spell trap space you possibly can get, because you're playing, like, such a heavy combo deck, for example. Or, like, a better trap comes out. But, like, the only trap that's arguably better than Shady is New Start, and New Start works very well with Shady. So rather than take it out, you would just put both in. So, like, it's a very weird dynamic that we have now. Vanity's Fiend is statue to limit 1. No, I don't want them at all. Like, Vanity's Fiend gets away with a lot because people are like, oh, it's a level 6, you have to tribute summon it, you can't abuse it with all the spell traps that you could abuse to get back a barrier statue. And, like, it's somewhat true. It's still bullshit when it hits the board. It turns off a lot of decks. Like, a guy just comes down and he goes, alright, you can't fusion summon, you can't maximum summon, you can't ritual summon. It's like, great, so now I just need to find a spell or a trap to deal with this. Or I just die. I mean, to be fair, it's only 24, so you can just, like, tribute someone out to deal with it. But it's still, like, it sets you back a turn. That's the big annoyance, because we don't have a main phase 2. It basically says the entire next turn, unless you have, like, a Dark Hole or a Hammer Shot or, you know, something to deal with this, you just don't get to do your thing for a turn. So I now get an extra turn of doing my thing. Which they needed to because of the situation they got themselves into. Indeed, Shady definitely getting on limit list after Worlds, right? I mean, it might. It's a weird one. I don't necessarily think it needs to, but at the same time, maybe. I think some people are going to hate Shady, and some people are going to be like, this is the best the game's ever been. And it's very difficult. Isn't Sunset Rebirth better than Shady? No. So Sunset Rebirth, I mean, we can look it up quickly if you want. Sunset Rebirth is like a very kind of niche card. It does see a decent amount of side deck play, and it does see some main deck play, but it's not anywhere near as powerful. So this is when your opponent draws a card during their turn, or when a monster on your field is destroyed by an opponent's card effect. So usually, you just do this when your opponent draws for their turn. You get to special summon one monster from your hand or graveyard to your field of face down defense position. So ideally, you want something with a lot of defense. But you can use this to unbrick yourself if your hand's got too many high levels, or you can just get back a body from the graveyard. Then it's 3 cards on your field. Other than this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects during this turn. So this card was a lot better when it first came out, but has since gotten a lot worse, because as we've gotten a lot of these effects that say your cards can't be destroyed by card effects, and then we've just, in response, Konami's released just a shit ton of cards that say, well, we'll just put it back in your deck, or we'll just put it back in your hand. Like, they released, like, Giant Trunade, they released, Riser, they've released a load of cards that basically do what Giant Trunade does, or what Riser does. We have so many ways to just stack cards on your opponent's field into their deck now. We even have Overrush Storm, which is a spell card that just, instead of destroying the back row, puts it on the bottom of your opponent's deck. Like, it's kind of nuts how, like, it felt like we had too much destruction, so we put in a load of destruction prevention to try and curve the amount of destruction we had, and then we put in a bunch of stuff to get around destruction prevention because we had too much destruction prevention. And it's like, it's really weird how Konami keep, like, building their own problems and then having to solve them. Hear me out, just ban all floodgates. So, there are floodgates I think that are better than others though, right? So for example, I think Yami Ruler is fine. Now, Yami Ruler, at the very, very start, before we had a lot of the other summoning mechanics, I think could have been a bit annoying. Like, if Yami Ruler was unlimited, realistically, I think most decks probably would have been like triple Yami Ruler, triple Dragius, and that's the whole deck. Whereas because we didn't see that, because Yami Ruler was limit 3 and so was Dragius, it meant that I think the meta got to breathe a bit and we had a lot of different decks. The other, like some floodgates are like a lot worse than others. Like a good example of this is going to be Sky Savior. The Transients? Yeah. So this is a pretty annoying floodgate effect, which is your opponent cannot activate normal spell cards except fusion. But a lot of the time, this didn't matter that much because this came out during a time where like everyone was fusion summoning. So like people just played fusion and it would stop like your opponent's like consistency tools like draw power and stuff, but like that's kind of it, and like maybe their back row hate, but it didn't like stop a lot. Like the most annoying thing this actually did was made it so that your opponent couldn't activate their legend spell. But like this is still really annoying to deal with sometimes. It's the only trap we got. Do not restrict it, please. I mean, we do have riding. Like riding's like fine. It's not great, but it's fine, right? Execute Riding and Shiny Shady are the only interaction we have against opponent's plays, leaving Legend Trap out. Yeah. Sunset would be great. So Sunset is also, this trap is the reason why Curse of the Rising Light saw a massive uptick in play. Because if your opponent activates Sunset Rebirth, typically they do it during the draw phase. And that now means that as long as your opponent only has one or less cards in their hand, you can just immediately get a +2, or a +1, technically, off of Sunset, as well as change your opponent's battle position, which is also really, really strong. Not Sunset, off of Curse. So, like, this card is what made Curse of the Rising Light much, much stronger than it originally was. But we're starting to get there, right? Like, Curse was the first, like, wow, this is a really modern card we're getting. And then it was Shady. And it's like, wow, that's a really modern card we're getting. So, like, maybe Sunset is the next trap we get. Because I don't think we're going to go straight to New Start. Like, straight to New Start feels so weird. This is New Start, by the way. So this is when your opponent normal summons a monster, place a level 7 or Secret Order from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck, destroy that monster. So this is kind of just Trap Hole, right? It's obviously, it's a little bit more involved than Trap Hole because you need the graveyard set up, but it just like pops a monster on normal, which is really good. And then draw until you have 5 in hand. Now, 5 in hand, as you'll notice, is it means that when you draw for turn, you will always draw 1 card, right? So you're getting a +1 effectively off of this as well, which is really, really strong. As well as, there's another trap card called Shiny Shady, and that needs you to discard a card. So what you could do is activate New Start, which then turns on your Shady. So now you New Start their normal summon, and then you Shady their follower, which is like so strong. It's so, so strong. I want more level 7 support. It's an awkward... It's very awkward. I don't like generic support, because in my mind, Rush is always more fun, and Yu-Gi-Oh as well to a certain extent, when you are playing your deck like as an archetype. So whenever you put like generic support, suddenly you are more incentivized to play like pile decks. And pile decks are fun if you like cooking, right? But they are generally really bad for the longevity and health of the game. Like, for the most part, the only people that really like the piles are the people that are like, oh, I can do some really weird shit with this. I can do some like really interesting deck building. But like, when you come to tournaments, if a pile deck ends up being like the best deck, it gets really mundane really quickly. A good example of this was we had a Gaia build, which was kind of just like a Gaia package, and then it was all just like the level 7 support. So you were playing like New Start, you were playing Ship of 7 Treasures, you were playing Ryozai, you were playing just all of the 7 treasure support. And it was just like every staple in the game mashed into a deck, and it was so boring. Like, it's so boring. Like, it was just everyone playing the same pile of staples. It literally felt like we were playing GOAT format again. And I was just like what are we even doing here? So, like, for me, I will always much prefer it when people are, like, playing anime decks, effectively. They're playing, like, archetypes. And then, like... Because that's theoretically what skills are supposed to do. They're supposed to make you want to play. Or make you kind of... If you want to play the best version of a deck, you have to kind of play archetypes as archetypes, right? Is it time for Dark Revelation? I think that you could give us Dark Revelation, but you have to give it with a bunch of other stuff as well. Suddenly, you release a lot of stuff that has like destruction prevention. So like Meta Gear, Meta Gear Star comes out. All the cards that are like Meta Gear Star type of effects. The other issue is that then makes spellcasters have this really cool new tool. So then you want to give a lot of really cool tools to some other decks at the exact same time. Like, it's awkward. It's awkward. Giorfio would scream if he read this card. It's restoration if it was good. I mean, basically. Piles are really fun to play, to be honest. The thing is, piles are fun to play for the casual player. Generally, if you're a tournament level player, piles can get frustrating. And I think that's where there's like always going to be a disconnect. Because like, if you're playing the game for fun, piles are fantastic, right? You can build some like really interesting stuff. Like Monster Mash was obviously a really good pile deck from TCG that everyone really loved. Well, I say everyone loved. A lot of people really loved. In Rush specifically, I don't think pile decks have ever been super engaging. Like, the closest I can think of is, like, the loot decks. And the loot decks, like, they can be fun, but they're not very fun to play against, I'll tell you that much. We have a bunch of cards with trap prevention already, and only one card is good for widespread. The thing is, we don't have... There are a lot of trap prevention cards that we don't have. Like, right now, we have what? A Charmy, who is situational. We have Eternal Galactica Oblivion. We have regular Metagears. I'm sure we have something else. But, like some of these cards, obviously, you know, 2 of those cards are meta-relevant cards right now. But then all that really says is those decks that already have that prevention are now in a better spot than the decks that don't. So, for example, Elemental Heroes don't have the protection, but they do have the ability to pop. So, Elemental Heroes would probably be fine because they could just pop with Burst Wingman. But then, if you were to release Dark Revelation, it affects Light Galaxy the least, because they have one boss monster that doesn't care about it, and they also have Plasma that can pop it. So, like, out of every deck, like, the quote-unquote best deck in the game is affected by it the least, and that doesn't feel like a good time to release it, I guess. I hope they don't buff El Gala Hero Spellcasters next. The thing is, Spellcasters just keep getting support again and again and again, right? We've got Celebros coming up. I mean, it's a different deck, effectively, but it's still, like, Spellcasters. We've got Seven's Wonder Fusion that should be coming up, as well as, like, the additional boss monsters that it gets. There's even a fusion between Seven's Road and Transam Linek, so, like, that will be coming out eventually. Like, there's a lot of stuff to come for Spellcasters, so that's going to be getting support at some point. Light Galaxy is literally the protagonist's deck, and so that is just going to keep getting more and more support. Like, more and more and more. So, like, Heroes is a weird one. I don't think we'll see a big hero support boost until Contact Fusion. Because, like, you can't really give, like, Hero Boy, you can't give Skyscraper until you give Neos. I don't think they'll want to give Neos until we get Contacts. You could get... They could just give us Heliosphere on its own. They absolutely could do. Forgetting about Zuijo again? We're not forgetting about Zuijo, we just don't really have anything to say about Zuijo. I mean, what does Zuijo have that protects from trap cards? I assume that's what we're talking about here. Unless we're just talking about, like, Gigantomachia. Should be a break in between and not El Galaxy being meta continuously again. Yeah. But the thing is, are they going to nerf Light Galaxy? Or are they going to leave it as is? That's the question. Are they just going to try and power creep Light Galaxy? Apocalypse. Oh yeah, Apocalypse gets destruction protection from everything, doesn't it? Including your opponent's stuff and your stuff and its spells and traps. Oh, Theogonia does as well. I always forget about Theogonia's protection. I guess it's because it just doesn't matter 99% of the time. Zuijo has OTK as Apocalypse and Trancer. I mean, Zuijo just kind of sucks though. That's the issue. Like, both of Zuijo's decks are kind of mid at the moment. They kind of need a bit of a buff. Like, one of them is pretty rough in Shady meta, and the other one hasn't done anything since Dark Hole Device got limited. So, it's definitely in a weird spot. Trancer or Elysium? I don't think Trancer gets protection, does it? But yeah, I mean, we're not mentioning Dark Galaxy because it's not really super meta right now. Like, when we think about the meta, like, right now, it's like Light Galaxy, Spellcasters, Heroes, Red Boot, and then, like, if you're feeling very generous, Baseball, Metarian, Join Tech, and, like, then Dark Galaxy. So, like, it's a weird one. Alright, but we have been getting a little bit off track. I think maybe we should start playing some Duel Links. We do sometimes play Duel Links here. Were Dark Galaxy and Join Tech are our best decks. I mean, they're cool decks. I like the decks. No, let's keep yapping. I want to play some. I want to play some games. I mean, we're probably going to get absolutely bodied here for a bit, but we're going to play some games. Wait, we play Duel Links? Occasionally. We have been known to. We did get to... We didn't play a lot before. We got up to Plat 3 or something, I think. And then we got demoted back because obviously a new season rolled around. Blue Tech Burst Rex when? That's when... that's going to whoop any set 3 board. I mean, we'll see. Oh, we have Morningstar. Unfortunately, the rest of this hand is a bit weird. Do we activate Banishment? Oh, Despia is actually kind of good here. Alright. We'll go Theatre. I think we always add Tragedy, right? It's been a while since I played this, so we're going to have to just kind of remember how this works. We also have to deal with Necro Valley, which is annoying. Can we even deal with Necro Valley? I mean, maybe. So whatever we put in the graveyard is going to stay in there for now. I guess we'll throw this in there. We'll go Banishment. And then we'll grab Ixchel. Guess we'll do this now. We'll just get rid of the Banishment. Well, that didn't really change a lot. Go for this, using this, plus this, plus this. Summon out the first Dark Lord. So this isn't getting summoned, right? Move a card from a graveyard to a different place. Yeah, so that's not happening. We can do that one though. I guess we'll do this. Then this. And then... there's not even a reason to activate that, is there? Come to me, Aluba. And then, I mean, this is probably just lethal, but I guess there's a chance that it's not, so we'll summon this. And this is what I mean when I say, like, this deck's pretty, it can be pretty easy to, like, pick up. But, like, mastering this deck, I think, is quite difficult. But, like, actually just picking the deck up is very simple. Because you can just put a guy on the board that wipes the opponent's field and has 4,000 attack. And that's kind of dumb. I still remember when we thought the Vulcan skill was general. I mean, imagine. When do we get a Dino Rush skill? Dino Rush skill would be really good, but I think... So, alright, in general, dinosaurs saw a very, 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 very small window of, like, playing and being okay. But even then, it was like, I don't know, like one set, it was like okay. But even then, it was still bad, realistically. The only time dinosaurs ever been, like, actually kind of strong is the second wave of dinosaur maximums. So, like, we'd have to get a skill for the second dinosaur max stuff, but I don't know when we'd get that stuff. I guess the first step to that is, like, get Go Rush maximums. Like, that's step one. And then that's, like, the first step to maybe getting a dinosaur skill. First Dark Lord, go Burr. Exactly. First Dark Lord, I really don't like the first Dark Lord. Because it's just like, it's so... I don't know, it's too easy. It just does everything. Is this a mirror? No, it's Gladiator Beasts. Okay. Sometimes you just get games like that where, like, it feels like you don't really have to do anything. You just kind of walk in, and then just, like, your aura is enough to have them just immediately lose. Hola, Senor Tomato. Hello! Welcome in. No. Hello. You've caught us as we've literally just started playing. We've literally just started playing actual Duel Links. Gladiator Beast, bloody hell. Yeah, Glad Beasts. I did play Glad Beasts back when Duel Links first came to Steam. That is when I was playing Gladiator Beasts. And I did play them for a bit in a KC Cup. Like, at that time. Oh, we're against Cyber Dragon. We're going first. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll show branded opening. What are we doing with this? I need the Aluba. Well, I could just summon Aluba with that. I'm really bad at using it, is the issue. That's just any Despia monster, so maybe I could use that to get that out. So maybe we just take Aluba here. Aluba gets us branded in red. We don't really have a good fusion play is the issue. This is just any Despia and then any Light Dark. Oh, so if we do that then, maybe we don't... Maybe we just take Despian Tragedy. We add that. So now I really want to maintain that, so I'm probably going to go Branded Opening. That way I can fuse into that. Do that. I don't hate that. Right, we're going to Branded Opening now. I mean, that's fine. We'll go Theatre. Activate Theater. What if we just had a Tax Dragon? So we can Tragedy, we can Dramaturge. He comes down. We add a Luba. We summon a Luba. We grab Branded in red. I could use those two. I don't hate that. Oh, I can't now because I've locked. Oh, because of Branded in red. Yeah, okay. Okay, that was a slight misplay, but it's fine. Slight misplay, but it's fine, it's fine. Alright. What instead of Despia learning stream, we switch to Shadow. I don't have all the Shadow stuff. Also, I'm not a big Shadow fan. Did you get Dramaturge? I mean, potentially. Again, I'm not like great at this deck. We are very much in the learning process. Okay. Cyber Emergency comes down. Grabs a regular ass Cyber Dragon. Okay, that's fun. Cyberstyle Evolution. Okay. So now we're going to go into Nova. We're going to activate Nova. That's fine. Because the issue is, I'll go to negate Infinity, and then he'll negate me, and then I'll negate him back, and then he'll negate me again, right? Once a turn. So you need to place turn when card effect is activated. Oh, it's only once per turn you need to place turn. Okay. So he's going to try and yoink the Aluba. So I'm going to do this. Oh, I always forget that this is only on when it's summoned. So I should have used Dramaturge on the summon. That was really silly. I think he's disconnected. I think he is done with my bullshit. So we did misplay a little bit there. Was there a world in which we could have got out the Link monster, added Morningstar to hand, and still ended on everything we had? I don't know if there was. Because I think we had to activate Branded Opening to get a second monster out. And we obviously should have used Dramaturge on the summon of Infinity. Other than that, I think we were fine. I think we were fine beyond that. Greek Pro. Oh no. Yami Marek is always a very, I don't know, dubious sign. Life Point Boost Alpha is maybe not the end of the world. That is certainly a hand. I mean, we're going second, so we can get the triple search, which is pretty good. We have Morningstar already, which is really nice. Ixchel is a bit of a weird card here, but I mean, we can just use it as fodder to go into first Dark Lord. So, like, we just, at the moment, okay, we're playing ancient rules. I swear, Gold didn't used to be like this. Gold used to have people that played real decks. I swear that used to be a thing. Hey, it's a Luba. Look, it's a Luba. I can play the game. I mean, I think it's always Tragedy. Is it always Tragedy? Tragedy gets me another card. Whereas if we just take Dramaturge, we just get the extra body. I think it's Dramaturge. What's your list? Oh, we can show you in a minute if you want. I mean, I could just send Tragedy here. Grab this. Activate. Watch him like MST and just absolutely ruin my day here. Welcome, first Dark Lord. And then I will chain block you with the power of Dramaturge. Guys. Bro's got Magic Cylinder. I don't think he was a pro. Alright, his name very much said Greek Pro. I don't think he was an actual pro. I'm pretty sure that was not the case. Bro is living his best life. Rose was just like, I am not here to win. I am here to have a fun time. I'm going to use all three of my different blue eyes. One with the globe behind it, one with the tablet. This one just kind of in light. I'm going to use my Kaiba Ass Trap card. The only negative with this list I'm seeing is what the fuck is Horn of the Unicorn and Magic Cylinder doing in it? I mean, this is like the Kaiba cosplay. You can't use these. And also, you're playing like such a Kaiba deck, but you're playing as Yami Marek. Hey, Kazumi, welcome, welcome. Oh, my poor guy, though. Life Point Boost Alpha would keep him alive. He thought it would. He thought it might. We also have Merca. Hello, hello. Micro. Welcome, welcome. By the way, is it Micro Micro? I've been going Micro, but I don't know if it's Micro. I've just been going with Micro this whole time. I know, right? I was shocked by some of the decks I've seen in Gold. It's actually ridiculous. He can be a pro in something, but definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally the Blue Eye Structure deck with DM monsters in there. You've been correct. Excellent, excellent. I don't even know what's going on down here. We've got... Do we even have 7s? We have a 7. I don't think we have access to other 7s, unless we, like... Can we even make... We can't even make a 7 synchro. So, I don't know. He's just living his best. He's living his best life. So Cyclone wanted to see our deck, so we'll show that quick. Are you sure we're playing ranked in 2025 and not 2019? I mean, you never really know, right? You never truly know. Time dilation is such a strange thing. Bro definitely just finished watching DM. Not the Bonds Beyond Time movie, though. Judging from when you playing a tier 0 deck, shake my head. What do you mean? This is tier 1! Don't make me bring up the tier list. I'll do it. I'll do it to prove a point. No effect Veiler either. Yeah. So this is our, like... This is our build that we've got at the moment. So, basically, the logic of this build, right? The logic behind this is very similar to our logic with dinosaurs. Which is, if we have as few cards as possible, we are more likely to find the important shit we need. Now, the downside there is you are more likely to open your garnets. But we only really have Theater of Branded as like an actual garnet, right? So like, if we open this, we kind of go, oh well, anyway, right? Despia's not to 0, especially when Shadows exist. I mean, yeah, Shadow is obviously a very, very powerful deck as well. I mean, we can take a quick break and take a look at this quick, right? We can go and take a look at, I mean, there's obviously the tier list. We can look at that, but also top deck speed. If we go to power rankings, we can see that, yeah, Despia has one more, but, like, Shadow is still up there. It's not like it's drastically out of the way, right? And then if we, I mean, is there a good way to, like, just see... First place, top 4, first place. Second, top 4, second place, 4, top 4, top 4. If we jump over to Shadow, obviously a lot less. Second place, top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4, top 4. First place, first place. I mean, it definitely seems like they're both still very much on par with each other. Do you have Book of Eclipse? So, I do have Book of Eclipse, but, again, playing, like, specific cards to deal with specific outs, I don't think is super useful in gold. Right? So, in terms of Tax Dragon, we can kind of just deal with Tax Dragon with this deck a lot of the time. Like, we can just Forbidden Droplet it, right? We can just first Dark Lord out the way. Like, in general, I haven't had too much issue with it. The one card I was considering putting in here was a DD Crow. The downside I have with DD Crow was it's very, very good against this deck, and I can very obviously tell when I'm supposed to use it against this deck. All the other decks it's good against, I'm not good enough, and I haven't got enough experience to know when to use it correctly. So rather than have a card in my deck I'm not going to use properly, I was just like, well, I'm just not going to use it, right? Anyway, back to this quick. Like, what are Despia looking at? Let's go and take a look at this couple of first place lists. We've got two different first place lists here. I'm curious as to what these decks are looking like. Okay, 3 Crow. They are playing the 3 Eclipse. No trap cards, not too surprising, really. Only a single copy of Branded Opening and a single Econ. I assume this Econ is in here for a very specific reason. I could not tell you what that reason is. And if this ever loads, we can have a look at this one. So about 50% of decks are playing Book of Eclipse at 3 copies. Only 28% are playing Crow. I suppose it's again because it's like kind of niche. I have really liked the Dark Lord package that I've been playing. Everyone on the 30 card lists as well. Maybe I should be playing it. I think I'm not going to use it for now. If we start, like, losing, then we'll consider, like, using it. That'll be, like, our first upgrade. But for now, it's just, like, we've had a couple of games here where we haven't really opened very good hands, and we've only barely managed to scrape through. And I feel like putting 3 more non-engine is not going to help that. Oh, our opponent's on their rank-up game. We don't know what our opponent's on. Okay. Okay. How do we beat this deck? This is a deck. I don't hate this deck, but I always struggle to beat it. Well, I mean, that's annoying. I mean, have you got anything else right now? It's just that. Right, we'll reveal branded opening. And... I mean, it's got to be Dramaturge, right? You win, just activate branded in red. I mean, do we even need to activate branded in red? Yeah, with Baled Rock, it becomes a nightmare. But with this is, like, kind of fine. Putting that in the graveyard doesn't do a lot for me. I guess we'll put ad libitum. Add this. Bro afraid of DNA transplant and back row. I mean, it could be. You never know. Right, we'll activate the effect of Theatre of the Branded. We go first Dark Claw, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Dramaturge. Let's see what his back row is. Hollowed Life Barrier. Okay. I respect it. I mean, sure, I guess we'll summon this defense then. Monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, so I guess he's going to get to keep that. I don't really get saying that. I don't think we care about branded opening, so I guess we just set these two. Let me just pass. Right, Necroworld Banshee gets the zombie world out. There's nothing we can do about Baled Rock, is there? We can just send one of my guys to the grave. And he can negate one effect. Okay, I think this is just happening. That's it. I mean, I guess we just go combat. I could try to fuse, but then he'll just negate. I just need this to be gone. What's the downside? If he has like a mirror force or some shit, that creates problems. I think we just go to battle. I don't really see a way to like pick this. Pick around this. I think we just have to just go. I mean, again, there's not really anything as can be done. So he's gonna send something to the grave? Can't really interact. I could stop it from happening, but like nothing beneficial happens. I'll tell you what, let's just go next. I can't be arsed with this, mate. I can't be arsed with just stalling the deck. Like, it's literally floodgate and stalls. Floodgate, stall, floodgate, stall, floodgate, stall. I'm like, I can't be arsed, man. I literally cannot be arsed. Cannot be arsed to deal with that. Let's try and get an actual fun game going. I think we probably won that game, but it's just not worth it. It's still not worth it. You could have, yeah, absolutely. We absolutely could have won. I don't want to waste my time with it, though. It's like if we go against a, what was that, the really annoying ritual deck? That just like stalls and stalls and stalls and stalls and stalls. And I'm just like, if I go against that, I'm just not going to bother play it. No, we're facing real players. We're not facing real players. What are you talking about? We're playing against children. I don't really know how the new RA stuff works. So we're kind of just going to be learning as we go here. 1 level 10 aqua, 0 attack. We treat it as 1/3 tributes. The tributes on a monster. Cannot be for a battle. Okay, so I can still attack over this. That's kind of it. Just protects from attacks. Okay. It's Blaze Cannon. Unaffected by your opponent's card effects. By involve this card tribute any number of other monsters that did not declare attack this turn. One. So this is going to get immunity from card effects. Am I going to get like OTK'd or something? What's going on here? Okay, no, just healing himself back up. That's what the skill does. Okay. So that's probably the make it unaffected by card effects, and he's now 69. How do we beat this? How do I beat a 69 that's unaffected by all card effects? I have to kill it during his turn. So we're just going to set up a turn. We're just going to set up a pop during his turn if we can. I think. Look, this is my tragedy. I can grab Comedy. So if we make a fusion, it's probably going to be tax. We could also just grab Ad Libitum. Either way, we're going to send it to the graveyard, so I think it's actually better to grab Comedy here. We can't grab the other one because it's already in our hand. We can activate the skill. Do you have Goddess? I don't think we actually have it in this deck. Well, I branded him with the hand. No, we don't have Goddess in this build. We will activate. If I do that, I'd have to summon that. It's the only way. Oh, because we could summon that. It'd be that plus that. Okay, let's try this. Okay, mask comes down. Tragedy and Dramaturge. Add a Luba. Special summon Masquerade with Drago and Comedy. I don't know if I use Drago. What is Drago? And grab the branded opening. I think it's opening I'm getting rid of here. You did it? I don't think I did the correct... I don't think I did your line exactly, did I? I think I did it slightly wrong. What does this do in the end phase? Gain 500 life points. Yes! The effect that I just never bother with. $500 life! Back in lead. The issue is, don't I still just die? No. Wait, maybe? The issue is we didn't force this during our turn. Which means... he can still just kind of... do whatever he wants. I mean, he's gonna pop it anyway. Like, do we just do this now? Right, we'll do this. Now, maybe the better play would have been... no, because I don't think the chains work out how I need it to. I was going to say, maybe the better play would be to try and... thingy it. I still think it's first Dark Rod to force it. We have to get rid of this. What I was thinking is, if we can get... no, because it doesn't force it, because you can't chain to it, right? I have no idea what effect we just used a branded opening there, by the way. It was the destruction prevention effect, right? Okay, so he goes Blaze Cannon. That protects it. Then I can go Droplet if I want to. Sure. I don't know, we're just gonna get rid of that. Oh, I probably should have used that effect, actually. Oh, no, that lets me tribute a monster to bring it back. That's right. I don't want to do that. Wow. Wait, what happened there? Why wasn't he protected? So my effect was on the chain. He activated his to protect him. We activated Forbidden Droplet. Can you read Ra? I mean, it's just Ra, right? I'm very confused. So, right. He activated Winged Dragon of Ra to pop my guy. I activated the first Dark Lord to try and wipe his board. He activated the spell card in response, Blaze Cannon, which should make him unaffected by card effects so he doesn't get popped. Then I activated Droplet that just took away his effect. Oh! Because Blaze Cannon gives it an effect? One, the Winged Dragon of Ra you control gains the following effects, and then Droplet says... their effects are negated. So that is so funny. So because very hyper-specifically, Blaze Cannon gives it an effect, rather than it's being affected by the spell card. Oh my god. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is such a fucked game. This deck is so nasty. Oh. It kind of is. It kind of is. Bruh, that is so funny. I was trying to right, how is this gonna go? He's gonna survive. I'm gonna try and get his thing. I was even like, I want to try and Droplet him to force him to protect his guy on the Droplet activation, but I was like, well, he can't do that because Droplet can't be reacted to. Not gonna lie, I like that part of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's interesting, but it is so... It's one of those things that you can appreciate if you're in the thick of it, right? If you are trying to learn the game, though, it is so, like, counterintuitive. Like, that's the thing. It's very unintuitive design. Because there's so many situations where you'll read a card, you'll think you understand it, and then someone explains to you why you're wrong, and then you go, oh, I now understand what you said, and it makes sense. It still wasn't intuitive, like, whatsoever. Interactions like this is why I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, I mean, again... I think it's like, it's different strokes for different folks, right? Like, again, I can appreciate that now that I know how it works, right? But trying to, like, work out what the fuck just happened, I was like, something's changed. Alright. Yami Yugi. Playing a Yami Yugi skill. Like the interaction with discard effects? Yes. So sometimes you'll read something 100 times and you still won't get it until someone like explains it to you step by step. Reveal the Aluba. I mean, I think it's always Dramaturge. I think we summon a Luba here. Luba gets us to opening. We go tax, blazing this, this. We set these in case one of them gets popped. And I think that's it. I don't think we do anything else. Interactions like that are fantastic. I just wish I had time to read the cards so I could expect the outcome. I think that's the thing. When, again, it gets back to like when you're learning the game effectively, it's so hard to pick things up because again the time is very slow. You need to like you not only do you need to read their cards, you then need to understand what their cards actually do. Okay. I will allow your Pierce in the Darkness. But like once you've understood what their stuff does, like because once you get it, once you understand how all their stuff works, it's not too bad. But like when you're learning it all, it becomes like such a massive pain. Right, he's down at 800 life points. Hey, Beam, welcome, welcome. speed pog. They were tricked that nostalgia bait was good. Thousand Knives. You probably should have done that a little bit earlier, mate, if we're being honest. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I think I just let this die. So I can't fuse it off anyway. Goodbye, Tax Dragon. Bane of Darkness. Okay. Haven't read Despia cards, I just know what they do because of ladder. I mean, that's fair. Buster Blader? Whoa there, friend, I think you need to slow down. Straight to battle. Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill. What if we branded in red? We targeted a Luba. And then we made the mighty first Dark Lord, first of her name. Or his name? Is the first Dark Lord a dude or a chick? Or does it even matter? It's just, no matter what it is, it's just kind of a bit sexy, right? That's just kind of, that's it, that's all we know. First Dark Lord goes. Dramatage goes. Welcome back, Dramatage. If you consistently play it, isn't so bad, but like when you're jumping back and forth, you don't have the knowledge from IRL, TCG, OCG, it can be a bit brutal. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, we just... I'm pretty sure we just win, but... Hey! Yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare. I think that's why, like, I really liked when we were playing the dinosaur deck, because we took the time to learn what all of the other meta decks did, and we started playing a lot of tournaments, and because of that, that really helped us, like, speed up the process of learning what all these decks do. But, like, I feel like I need, like, a cheat sheet for just some of the decks. Like, I really feel like I need a cheat sheet for Shadow, which is, like, where is the Shadow choke? Like, if I just get an idea of where it is, and then I can just, like, get used to, alright, I interrupt them there, and I just go for that every single time I play against it, and then sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, and I'll learn more from that. But when you're going in completely blind, it's so difficult. Behold, Tragedy. I think again we just grab Dramatage here. Shadows generally don't have a choke until you know their entire hand, which is so hard to play around, right? Like, a lot of other decks, you get the feel for the choke, and then you could just, you know, you wait for that, and then you do it. Like, I got to the point with a lot of the different decks, like, the Resonator deck, and Salads, specifically. I got very much into, like, a rhythm where I could understand where their chokes were and, like, where I needed to interact with them. I mean, part of me just wants to grab comedy. I don't think I need comedy. But, like, comedy's cool. Welcome to the clan, comedy. Alright, Aluba is going to grab us the old branded red. Oh, our opponent doesn't have a skill. I just realized that. I've just realized he does not actually have a skill. If you're playing against Sean, there is no choke. I mean, that's the scary thing, right? Oh, it's Adamant with no skill at all. Is this like a challenge? We're just like, no skill? Because like, even like life point boost is like something you could have. Do I stop them here? Because he can get out the negate. Is the issue. Maybe it doesn't matter. I would pop now. Okay, I'm gonna go with Cyclone Valley. We're gonna go for the pop here. Because again, if he gets out the bird, it's really annoying. I mean, that just comes back. And then I could send this. This goes up here. Him first. Then him. Then him. I guess we'll grab Ad Libitum here. I'm really bad at knowing when I should be grabbing Ad Libitum. That's like my big thing. I like to throw Ad Libitum into the graveyard, and then I'll sometimes summon it off of Branded and Red, but I rarely use it outside of that. The level 8 isn't in a gate. He needs a Water Engrave. Okay. I've only, like, seldom, like, skimmed the Adamanticators. I just know the level 8 is, like, a really good one, right? Unless it's, like, not an 8 and it's actually, like, a 9 or a 10 or something. Everything's fine. Also, hello, Toti. Welcome, welcome. I saw one of your streams the other day, and I'm right here with you. Give me DM World, but with Rush. Yes, I would love. Love, love, love. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I would really like, right? I think the big thing that I would really, really like is if they redid the anime, but I want a DM reboot anime with, like, the Rush art style. Because I really like the Rush art style. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like the Rush art style. I want the DM cast playing Rushified versions of their old decks with, like, actual archetypes and stuff. And the biggest difference is I want the storytelling from the TCG, the Master Rule shows, right? I don't want, like, the Rush storytelling of, like, Villain of the Week, of 12-episode story arcs, of everything's kind of, like, a bit wacky and a bit zany and a bit goofy. I want, like, the hard-hitting, like, gritty stories that we got from, like, 5Ds, from, like, sort of Arc 5, from, what is it called? Not Zexal. Vrains, from Vrains. That's what I want. I want, like, the old storytelling with, like, the Rush game and Rush stuff. I would love that so much. Honestly, that'd be a fire anime. If he means a push for Rush physical worldwide release, I'm all for it. I mean, I would love that as well. It's one of those... I mean, we've spoken about this, like, so often, about Rush coming out in physical. And again, I think the only way we get that is if we get it, like, how they did Speed Duel, where we get, like, the Battle City box, but we get, like, Rush versions of those, and they release, like, one every 2 months, and we get, like, a large injection, which is, like, 3 boxes worth of cards, again and again and again until we catch up. I think that's the only way you do it, because by doing it that way as well, you also avoid the pitfalls of the tier 0 formats that we had in the OCG. So you can specifically be like, you know what, it turns out Dark Revelation was kind of busted and made Dark Revelation basically be its own, like, tier for, like, a long-ass time. We had, Dragon Casters, then Machine Casters, was just, like, the best decks for, like, a year. So we could just, like, not do that. Or, even better, release some other stuff a little bit early so there's stuff that can contest it earlier. That would be amazing. I love bridge art style too. Yes, Studio Bridge is really, really good at art. In my opinion, I think they're really, really great. Or like Dark Beginning of Dark Revelation sets in EU. Kind of. The issue with something like Dark Beginning is, one, those sets were massive, which means trying to collect everything was a massive pain in the ass. If we got them as the speed duel boxes, you could basically say, you could guarantee you get 3 copies of everything if you just buy it 3 times. It would just be kind of pricey. But being able to 100% guarantee you get everything, and again, this would only last until you like catch up, right? Once you've caught up, you would go back to having regular packs or whatever. But I think that would be great, because that means, like, it's sort of like almost like a board game, which is kind of what like the speed duel boxes are, where like you just have this like thing you could just open and just play out of the box. You could play with your friends. You could get like 7 of your friends round. You could all just play speed duel with it, and you could do like a similar thing, but in rush duel, right? Because there would be like pre-constructed decks, which you can like play with, but you'd only get a singleton copy of each card. So then you'd have to buy 3 copies of it, the same way you did with speed duel. I think that would be really, really good. Hello, am I early? Hello, Soramia. Welcome, welcome. You are not early. You are. We got about less than an hour left of the stream, and then we'll be done. Are the legend cards in the TCG as well, or is that a Duel Links only thing? No, there are legends in the OCG, 100%. There. So originally, the only legend in the game was Blue Eyes White Dragon for quite a while. Like the very first set, it was just Blue Eyes. Then it was Summon Skull, I think was the second one. And, like, we slowly went on from there. But back in the day, the rule was you could only have 1 legend in your deck. And that's not 1 legend monster, 1 legend spell, 1 legend trap. It was you get 1 legend. So, basically, around the time Mirror Force came out, everyone was like, well, why would I play anything that's not Mirror Force? Mirror Force, turns out, is really good. So, then, we got into the 1 spell, 1 trap, 1 monster, and then it became Mirror Force, Dark Hole, Monster. And sometimes that monster was like Jinzo. That was quite a popular one at the time. Alright, let's jump into another game. I think we're slowly improving. We're slowly learning the deck. Everything is like slowly coming together. It's Zane again. Are you planning to join tournaments with Despia? I've actually already played in 3 tournaments with Despia. 1 of them went okay, 2 of them went very badly. But again, it comes down to not understanding the opponent's decks. Like, one of the tournaments, I got absolutely destroyed by Shadow, because I just don't know how to play against that deck yet. I still don't know how to play against it. So I feel like if I went against Shadow, I'd still be like... Grab Theatre, activate Theatre. Oh, is our opponent done with our bullshit already? That's the question. No, keep yapping. Don't make me watch speed. I mean, we've been yapping. You've missed a lot of yap, sorry. You've missed a lot of yap. We were talking about... God, what were we talking about? We were talking a lot about predictions for the next box. We were talking about... Oh, we were talking about doing a challenge run. Because we were talking about Nuzlocks. And, like, how much I really like Nuzlocks and Nuzlocke adjacent things. And we were talking about doing a Switch game, like, challenge run. Like, you missed all of that. We talked about the new Monarch stuff that's coming out in OCG. We talked about tier lists and stuff. And then we talked about the anime. Right? We were talking about, very specifically, if they did a new Rush anime, or if they did physical Rush release. So there you go. Now you're all kind of caught up. Have you played the Legacy series of ROM hacks? What do you mean, like Crystal Legacy and like that stuff? Let me just make sure I know what we're talking about. So I played Crystal Legacy. I don't think I've played anything else of the Legacy stuff. Yes, okay. I've played Crystal Legacy. That is it. There was a... What was the latest one? Emerald? Was it Emerald Legacy? I haven't played Emerald, I haven't played Yellow. But I really like challenge runs. Like we were saying before as well, how I did Pokemon TCG, but I could only duel everyone once, and I could only have a singleton of each card in the deck. So we're playing like Highlander. And that was a lot of fun. The thing is, the Pokemon TCG is very, very, very easy anyway, so like... it's kind of whatever. But I also like in MMOs and stuff, I like doing like hardcore runs, I like doing like challenge runs. Alright. Is this the mirror? Are we finding the mirror? Yep, it's finally the mirror. We're going first in the mirror. I don't think going first in the mirror is advantageous. I actually think going second is better. I mean, there's no reason to not do this. The question is, with what we've got here, because I could just grab Ixchel, and just get rid of the other, draw 2. The question is, what does that get me? I would still need... what did that be? 1, 2, 3? No, I think we still just grab Morningstar. Oh no, the ads. Alright, we'll go Dramaturge. We'll go Tragedy. We'll grab a Luba. Summon out Dramaturge. We've got a Luba. Luba effect. Grab Branded in red. Set 2, pass. Alright. So he does. So he gets the bonus of he gets an extra card engraved, and he gets the branded in red for free. I don't know when we're supposed to interrupt here. Because, like, part of me's like, I could just pop Theater of the Branded, but he's already got the branded in red. We're making Masquerade? I think I'm okay with this. Branded opening. Okay. But now if you want to fuse, you have to use an effect. Doesn't this just mean you can't Dark Lord now? I might be wrong. I might just be misunderstanding how this works. Starving Venom. So I'll do this. I don't know. In case he has some master plan that I don't know about. He's ending his turn. Yeah, that's right. Pay all your taxes. Pay all the taxes! I heckin' love paying taxes! I guess? Comedy? Probably the most useful. I mean, what do we lose to here? We lose to nothing, right? I don't think there's anything we lose to. Like, even if he has Kiteroid. I guess double Kiteroid? I assume you can even use... I assume you can double Kiteroid. Yeah, you must be able to double Kiteroid, right? I'm sure I've been double Kiteroided before. The thing is, I've played this mirror quite a few times, and I always win going second. I don't really... I like to say, I'm not well versed enough to be like, this is why I always win going second. I always win going second, so I'm like, what happened here? Zavatis. Platinum 7 as well. He's on the complete other end of the spectrum to us. And he's playing Jaden. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Again, if he doesn't floodgate us, we'll probably be fine. If he floodgates us, we're not going to be fine. So he's going to super poly our board away. He'll immediately super poly off the Masquerade. I don't think that necessarily changes our plan, though. Oh, this is Ixchel, actually. Okay, with that in mind... maybe we should make Dark Lord. Summon a Luba effect. Grab Branded in red. Let me get rid of this, right? If he gets rid of that, we get one... Alright, we're gonna do this. This is... I don't know if this is correct or incorrect. But... I feel like having... the droplet is more beneficial, but I don't know if that's actually correct or not. Give me my life points. I don't think you care about his floodgates when you can just wipe the board. I mean, that's fair. I think it's because I keep expecting that my fusions banish from the graveyard, but they don't. I'm just like, I don't know why I think that. Book of Moon? I mean, yeah. Hey, it's Baj! Welcome in, Baj. E. That is a beautiful Stratos. Look at that. I heard certain acts of activities that need taxing here. Oh yeah. We taxed our opponent last game. We taxed... What was he doing? Add a hero monster. That's fine. We got taxed last game a shit ton in the mirror. It was great. It was great. We're taxing each other. Liquid Soldier. Dragonic Contact. There's Rainbow. Alright. What is he making with this? Oh, I'm going to let this go. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop this. Like, dinosaurs play into this very differently. So, I'm just going to kind of see what he does. Sunrise is fine. That gets him Miracle. Hey, Globe. Welcome, welcome. Tomato working for the government? I mean, I do sort of work for the government. So... So he adds, draws 2, discards. Is it discard or send it? Yeah, it's discard. Grabs the Miracle. Okay. I think I lose now. I think I just lose, right? Because I can't use branded and red. Why can I activate branded and red? Oh, because it still lets me activate it or just negate it, right? I mean, if he's not using any other effects, like, we might just be okay. We might get away with this. But this has very much messed us up. I could activate this to protect my guy from getting killed once. I don't even think that matters. Let me just let this go. Sure. Come on, Aluba. No! Does he banish himself when he does it? Come on back, Masquerade. No, Masquerade! One of these days. One of these days. I mean, I could kill his guy. Oh, no, I can't even because he gets the effect. Oh, this is other, so I could actually kill his guy. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just let this go again. I can't use it because I can't move my stuff because of Necrovelli. Right, we just need to draw a monster. Shit. I mean, we just lose, right? We're just dead. I can't activate branded in red. If we drew a monster, we'd be okay, but we don't have a monster. We could try and activate this and it won't work. So all I can do is fuse. I mean, we have to do this. I still don't know what we're making. None of that does anything, so that's irrelevant. I mean, we can only make one thing, apparently. Doesn't work. I mean, yeah, we just lose to Necro Valley, unfortunately. Again, if we had another monster, we could have made first Dark Lord and wiped this all. Or tried to. Yeah, first Dark Lord would have just absolutely wrecked him here. Because he would fusion off into this, and then Dark Lord's effect would go off and pop him. Ah, go, Despia and Quirtus. Go, Aluba. Don't worry, guys. All my cards are going to come out. Go, Masquerade. Go, Branded in Red. Negate. 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 Rip. I hate Necro Valley, man. I hate it so much. I just hate all the floodgates. Like, it's so... Ugh. It feels so bad to lose to a floodgate. It feels so bad to lose to a floodgate. This is what I mean. All hero players are terrorists. I'm sure I will get banned on... I won't get banned for saying that, I'm sure. The thing is, the actual hero side of the deck is fine. It's just the floodgates. It's just the floodgates. Like, the worst, most annoying decks to play against are just the floodgates. It's like, bruh, just for the love of God, just stop floodgating. The main event Goki, oh boy. It's one of those things where I think if I lost to... If you lose to just, like, losing the game, like, it's not great because you don't really like losing no matter what. But, like, you can kind of be like, oh, you know, I didn't draw what I needed. Oh, he got, like, a good hand, etc., etc. When you die to a floodgate, it's just like, fuck the floodgates, man. Like, floodgates are so toxic. Right, we'll grab Tragedy. We'll grab Theater. Activate the second skill. Grab Brandon in Red. Activate Despia. I say Despia, like half these cards aren't Despia. Activate Theater. I mean, like, do we have... No, we don't. That's fine. I guess I'll just go Mask here. Doing our turn 1 play. Do we bring him back now? I mean, unless I use Branded in Red. I could use Branded in Red, though. But I could also just bring it back with that. Okay, we'll do this, then. This is the line we're going to go. It feels like a coincidence that glue decks are only deck aside from Shadows that run floodgates like Necro Valley and Abyss Dweller. It feels like they want to be hated even more. Warning point. I think that's fine. Yeah. We'll add this to hand. I mean, this is what, 200? This is 32. We're very close to just killing. I could... Do we just activate this and just see if it wins? The thing is, there is a Goki hand trap. So there's like a chance we don't win on the attack, but it would be really funny if we do win. I'm just going to do it, just for the meme. Let's see what happens. Then I'll get a card to hand. It's turn 2 and you have 8 cards in hand, what? Yeah, I mean, the skill gives us a +3. Ah, lame. Don't halve my damage. I mean, we're fine. He's got 3 cards to work with. He'd need... What, rematch? The only downside is we can't pop his stuff now, because I don't have Morningstar. But you can't activate the back... Oh, he can activate it, right? Because this is... How does Warning Point work? Is it until the end of the turn it loses its effects? This turn. Okay, yeah. But does it keep its effect? Because its effect is only if it's been fusion summoned. But it was fusion summoned, but it did lose its effect. But I'm wondering if it's forgotten that it was fusion summoned because it lost its effect. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be weird like that. No tax money left. Real. We're coming for them savings. Tomato is now floodgating the opponent. I mean, I guess. Do we consider Tax Dragon a floodgate? It kind of is. Like, it's a really weird, loose definition, but it kind of is. Ishizu Ishtar. Gravekeepers. Oh boy. Okay. It's always Necro Valley, isn't it? It's just always Necro Valley. That seems to be our kryptonite at the moment. Would Skull Invitation be considered a floodgate? If so, then yes. I mean, I guess we go back to, like, kind of. Like, it's not really, but, like, kind of. Because it's only a floodgate when it gets them low enough that they can't play any more cards, right? You get 6 effects floodgate. I mean, yeah, I think if we consider things like the cards that say like your opponent can only like summon twice, like summon limit and stuff, as floodgates, then I guess we have to count as a floodgate, right? I don't know, will I ad-lib it to them? Aluba. Grab me branded in red. Go for Condemned Dark Lord. Morningstar to hand. Alright. You know what? I would love my 500 life points. Tomato is justifying his crimes. It's important to. It's important. You always have to justify your crimes, otherwise you go to prison. So if it returned from graveyard, they don't pay 600 anymore. Yes, that's correct. It has to be summoned correctly. It has to be fusion summoned. While you control this fusion summon card, your opponent must pay 600 life points. I mean, I can't do anything about that. So, I mean, that's just happening. Maybe the play was just not to go for the Morning Starter hand then. But then again, I have everything set up to kill him next turn. This card is summoned. You target a level 4 Grave Cube monster in your graveyard to summon it in attack position. Okay. Who are you summoning? Spiritualist. During the main phase, Valley is on the field. You can fusion summon spellcaster monster from your extra deck using this card. Okay, so he's going to do a fusion. Do not ask Declan if he paid taxes on his strongest card on a Stormberg Castle. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm sure Declan pays all of his taxes. He is rich, although for being rich, he'd probably get taxed a lot, so probably tax evasion is probably very appealing. Can't believe I have to pay taxes to chat. That's just how it goes, Zeki boys. That's just how it goes. Nobody is above the law. What is that? What am I looking at? Must be fusion summon. This card's fusion summon using 5 spells with names to destroy all cards your opponent controls. So I'm just dead. We're just dead, because I can't use this. Wait. Different names. So he used 2 that had the same name. Hold. What's going on here? What's all these commandants doing in the graveyard, huh? So he's playing like a really, really cheesy deck. He's basically playing what my deck does, if my deck only did this. Like, if our only play was First Dark Lord. That's what his deck is. And there's no point in using the other effect. This face of the field cannot be tributed nor used or destroyed by card effects. See that is a bit of a problem. We can kill it with other stuff though. So now that my graveyard is free, attack with 1 special monster your opponent controls. So I want this one, right? I mean, I'll keep the Tax Dragon. Because I love the Tax Dragon. Well, I say keep the... Oh, can we not use that from hand? I guess we can't. Either way, it's fine, right? I will not send my guy to the graveyard. That would suck. What's this activate effect? Once a turn, you can target L5 or high monster your opponent controls. At the end of this turn, this card name become that original name. Replace the card's effect with that monster's effects. I think we're fine. We did it! Hero player if they can't be used as fusion material. If they see can't be used as fusion material, they just probably cry, right? I mean, I think we're getting better with this deck, though. Our losses are to Necro Valley and a game where we couldn't be asked because our opponent kept stalling. So, like, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We even beat the tier 1 deck. Despia. Oh, Soul Better and Flame. Okay. Never mind. Slow Dancer against Slow Tomato. Oh boy. Alright, now last time we went first, we won. So, by that logic, he has the advantage, right? I'm sure that's how that works. But then again, all he did was bring out... Like, his turn 2 play was to summon Tax Dragon. So, like... Maybe he just misplayed it. Tax Dragon attack mode. Whoa. I'm gonna leave before Tomato attacks me for watching. Always pay your taxes, Baz. If you watch my stream, you owe me a thingy sub. Twitch Prime. I say that, but actually Twitch taxes me for those, so... Oh, there's a Luba. Well, we're not getting double search, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. It's only affect the targets, so that shouldn't come up. I can send ad libitum to the grave, so... Fuck it, we'll grab comedy. Right, Theater of the Branded. I mean, that's fine, right? He'll stop me from fusing with that. But he knows I have the Branded in red. Wait, what? Okay, we are doing first article. Okay. You get Tragedy. That's all fine. Adds the Aluva. So what, do we just drop this now? Probably. I gotta try and do something, right? And we can't just keep paying taxes the entire time. I don't really need you, so I guess it'll be you and you. Mind you, what are you summoning? Like nothing, so I guess it is going to be you and you. Sure, we'll add that. I mean, don't we just win? Like, am I missing something? Absolute cinema. There we go. Easy peasy. I hope there's no potato tax. I don't want to have to pay. I mean, what's wrong with a potato tax? Are you telling me you wouldn't actually want to have a potato tax? It's so weird, man. I don't know how I feel about Despia. Like, I think Despia is like... It's a I think Tax Dragon is what I don't like. Just get rid of Tax Dragon. I think everything's fine. But that is going to be it for today. That is going to be... Oh, we don't have the camera on. We can fix that. There we go. That is going to be it for our stream for today. We've done our 3 hours. We had a good time. We got to yap a lot. We got to play a decent amount of Despia. I do want to play again on Thursday. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do on Thursday. We might mix up, play some dinos or something. I'm not really sure, but it is what it is. But we're all going to go raid How, so everyone make sure you go in, say hello to How. How is obviously absolutely lovely. So I'll send you all over there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.